Horry County is number 2 in domestic violence in the state. The state's number 1. Horry County is, out of 46 counties, number 1 in men killing women. And the state is number 6 in men killing women. In the 21 years that records have been kept, we haven't gotten out of the top 10. And without having a certified domestic violence shelter here in the county, the county is going to continue to trend at the bottom.
When you talk about any of the larger counties, there are counties without a domestic violence shelter, but it's unheard of. Any of equivalent size, bigger or smaller, they've got domestic violence centers.
Georgetown had to scramble to start, Family Justice Center had to scramble to try to start taking care of women and children in Horry County. So there's currently only 9 beds in Georgetown County for Horry and Georgetown County. Now, currently, if the beds are filled, which are on a daily basis, then we're able to get them out, put them in a hotel room for 3 days. But staying in a hotel room for 3 days generally ends them back with their abuser, because they have absolutely no way to figure out, okay, will I be safe permanently, like I would be if I'm in a certified domestic violence shelter. Right now, it's a courageous decision to make the determination, I'm leaving my abuser. But when the Horry or police department, they come and they say, okay, we're going to take you to Georgetown. There are 2 beds, one for you, one for your daughter. The woman realizes, wait a minute, I'm going to lose my job. My kids are going to be displaced. Maybe I can't go. That's what'll change. It'll change, they'll leave. They'll have a place to go where their kids don't have to worry about changing schools. The abused doesn't have to worry about losing her job. She, in essence, is the person being punished without having a shelter here. She's being abused, and then she's punished afterwards because she has to now make an impossible decision.
When I was talking to our legislators and they were trying to, what can we do? Can we give you more money? Do we need more? Your money is best spent in opening a domestic violence shelter like Family Justice Center, because these guys have cracked the code. What Fred has come up with in bringing it to Horry County, in my opinion, is the best possible way. A person that has had to leave their home with their children in the middle of the night, they sit down not knowing where they're going to eat, where they're going to stay, how they're going to be protected. Family Justice Center, you go, you get temporary housing. They help you with if your kids need to move from one school to another. They help in getting you job or disability, getting that worked out. Everything that we don't even think of at 3 o'clock in the morning, they've got it there. They figured it out. In addition to all of that stuff, they have long-term counseling. Their approach to it is to rebuild this person, to get them back right. If you don't do that, if you don't help them at least establish where they're at, you can't expect them to come in and be a witness 6-8 months down the way. If they don't have counseling, if they don't have a foundation, they're not going to come back. And every time, they're either going to be calling and asking us to dismiss the charges, they're going to be uncooperative victims, not going to testify against their abuser, and it's going to end up getting dismissed. There's no other way for it to happen. We got to rebuild that other person, not only to where they can testify, but that also they could live life again.
The financial drain on the legal system and social system is absolutely extraordinary. A certified domestic violence shelter would break cycles, and it would lessen the amount of cases that Jimmy and his counselors get and have to prosecute, thus bringing South Carolina into a better and better yearly position, and having kids have the opportunity to end up not becoming abusers or not believing that they should be abused. In a women's case, many times. Last year, when we had our first annual Let's Stop the Violence event, a woman came up to me afterwards and thanked me and told me it was, now I know people care. She asked me if she could tell me her story. She was married for 14 years. After about a year and a half, she started getting beaten. A few months later, the husband put locks on the inside and the outside of the doors. Locks on the inside and outside of the windows and plexiglass. And this woman was held captive for 11 years, no sunshine, nothing. She only got out because her husband forgot to lock one of the locks one day. When she came to the event, she said, I didn't know how to deal with the outside world. And so I hate to say I ended up on drugs. But I'm proud to say I'm 90 days clean today. So it's a story that brings a tear to anybody's eye, mine, every time I tell it. And it's too common of a story. But now she said to me, she got involved in the committee. She got involved with counseling with Family Justice Center, and she said, now I have my strength back. Now I have my courage back.
This is all of our problems. It's not a criminal justice problem. It's not a government problem. It is a societal problem. It doesn't have to be radical to see somebody in need and help them. That's kind of where we've been missing the boat. And that's what I really like about what Fred has put together here. Didn't need to be all government. Didn't need to be all grants. We got to get buy-in from the community.
One of my grandfather's favorite sayings, and he wrote it in a letter to me about a year before he died, and it was put into quotations, and I put it on the back of the t-shirt, was, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. And this is the right thing.